Hello, this is Danny Raymond, the voice behind Ray's Guide. One of my major concerns with the 4.0 branch is the lack of missions that a beginning player can do with a most inexpensive of beginner ships. In particular, the disappearance of the whole variety of parcel missions: delivery, time-sensitive, probe deployment, retrieval, black box recovery, etc., not to mention the corpse identification missions. A whole lot of the core of the true beginner gameplay has been left out of the 4.0 branch. So, when I saw the new handyman missions in 4.0.1 in the PTU, I thought that they may be at least a start at returning some of the beginner gameplay that had been lost.
Hi.
Hello. Meine dispatcher says there's something wrong with deine Kabel.
Yeah, come on in. I'm not really sure exactly what's really wrong with the cable.
That's why they sent me. I am an expert.
So I tried a number of them to see. Now I'm going to start with the main problem that I encountered. They will not complete. Every one I encountered required a pipe to be repaired, and the pipes simply would not be counted as repaired even though they were. So the mission has to be abandoned with the pipe repair still recording as being incomplete. There's already an issue council item specifically on that had plenty of confirming reports, including mine, and nobody reporting a failure to duplicate. But this is still the PTU, so I'm going to presume that this bug will be fixed before it goes live and continue my analysis based on that presumption. And of course, that just takes me to the next quandary, and that is so far these handyman missions are only available in Pyro. And Pyro is not a good recommendation for beginners, not simply because of the higher level of danger, but also the lower level of support services. For example, some of the tools that you will want to have with you aren't commonly available in Pyro. And while I can understand they're wanting to test this in a limited scope, there's no reason why this mission type should be limited to just Pyro. Stanton has derelict outposts that would need outside repairmen just as much. So again, I'm going to continue with the presumption that with 4.0.1 Live, 4.2, these will become more of a commonplace mission type in Stanton. So we get to the mission itself, which certainly does pass the criteria of not requiring any particular ship. It is occasionally helpful to have a ship with a rear ramp for reasons I will show later, but generally does not require one. The missions pay 30,000 credits each, which feels reasonable for the time and effort. They might, though, require a level of knowledge that may not be available to the beginner player. However, not so much that it couldn't be conveyed, for example, by watching the rest of this video. Because every good handyman needs the right set of tools, and this is where the typical just past a tutorial player will likely go astray, not having the right tools. So the first thing you're going to want is chest armor and a backpack. You want at least medium and probably large. Part of the reason is not just that the backpack can hold, but also the number of attachment points on the armor. Now you can get by with just the multi-tool with the Cambio SRT light attachment, but those were behaving badly in the PTU 4.0.1, so I used a full-size Cambio SRT rifle. You should also have the True Hold multi-tool tractor attachment, but I usually don't mess around and bring the shoulder fire max lift since it is so handy. Another reason to go heavy on the chest armor and the backpack is because it means the Cambio or max lift can fit inside of the backpack as well as the two external weapon mounts. Then you need a canister for the SRT tool, whether you use the light or not, and these are also available at places like Dumper's Depot. However, the canisters available at these locations are always empty canisters. So if you're going to use them to repair the pipes, you are going to need to scrape the hull of some other ship first. A better solution, though, is to make friends with a salvager with either a vulture or reclaimer, and they can make you empty canisters or full ones. You won't need a lot of them, but there is a problem while we are still in the testing phase of this with the PTU. Canisters are treated in the same category as ammunition magazines, which means that when the server is refreshed to a new build, the ammunition is wiped. So when you have hooked up with a salvager for the filled canisters, also have them make you some fuses. Or rather, have them make you a whole lot of fuses. Because every fuse box that will be part of your mission will require 3 fuses. And there could be as many as 3 fuse boxes per mission. So to play it safe, bring at least a dozen fuses to each mission. And since these missions don't require to return anything to base, it would be easy to chain them together one after another, or at least it would be until you ran out of fuses. So whether you are buying them from the store or making them with a friend, you are going to want to have a lot of fuses in your kit. Fuses are regarded in the same category as grenades, and so they can be attached and grabbed as such. Some have noted that there's a gimmick where you can steal the fuses from your own ship while in a hangar and then pay to have the ship repaired, which will replace the missing fuses with new fuses. Then just rinse and repeat. But no matter how you get them, you will need to get a whole bunch of them. Now, once you have accepted the mission, it will direct you to a location about 20 clicks away from the main location of the outpost. This is good because it is unlikely that anybody camping the main site will notice or bother with you. This outpost to an outpost will have perhaps as few as one building, and your locations will be inside or on the roof. I usually see 3 or 4 locations that will need fixing. 1 or 2 will be broken pipes, and 2 or 3 will be fuse replacements. Each fuse box will need 3 fuses added in order to be completed, and the pipes will need RMC applied using the Cambio SRT or Cambio SRT Lite, at which point nothing will happen because, as I said, the mission completion is broken. But one can hope. I sure do. Now, getting to the roof is often as simple as a ladder that is on the outside of the building. Although once I tried and there was a guard standing there right at the top to block me from finishing climbing the ladder. Other outpost buildings will have internal pathways to the roof, but some of these also have had climbs that were too tall to mantle or doors that would not open from the inside. At this point, it is time for Plan B, which is to fly your ship up to the second floor and then jump on and off the roof from it. This is the reason I said earlier that there was a slight advantage to a ship with a rear ramp. It shouldn't be necessary, but it can be handy. So isn't quite ready to fill the gap with missions available to beginning players with beginning ships, but these repair missions could be.
You must be here to fix the cable.
Lord, you can imagine where it goes from here.
He fixes the cable.
And now for an update on my giveaways. First, we have the special giveaway for the captains of dual VKB Gladiator joysticks coming along nicely. And then I have a special offer for channel members to earn a chance at a Mirai Guardian. And then the annual IAE Week giveaway for the Syria Shiny Stainless Steel Shipping Ship, the Starlancer Max. And then the Grow the Channel Ship giveaway at 20,000 subscribers for the winner's choice of the marvelous multi-role multiplayer mining meta, the Arasta, or that Banu Big Box Bargain Bazaar, the Merchantman. 1 entry per video. Members, you're entered automatically. Everyone else, just subscribe and comment with the secret word. And the secret word for this video is what you need a whole bunch of for repair missions. Fly safe, keep it real, and I'll see you in the verse. This is Daniel Raymond for Ray's Guide.